funny. The cultural difference is so huge. Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Greater if you're new here, and I am a Nigerian currently living in Canada as a permanent resident. For my returning subscribers, thank you so very much for all the love you've been sharing on my channel, on the videos I've been posting so far. If you are a returning viewer who has not subscribed, thank you all the same. Please kindly consider subscribing. It's free, you don't pay for it. So guys, today's video is going to be a quick one, kind of fun, interesting. It will be about me sharing my culture shock so far in this new country. Guys, there are lots, like so much. I think because for every time I go back to think about something, like, wait, though, what is going on here, I write it down, like, no, I have to make a video on this, and the list is getting longer. So I just decided to do this one, and I'm sure I'm gonna have like a part 2 of my culture shock so far in Canada. I've been in Canada for almost 5 months now, and yes guys, I've experienced things that have made me wonder and think like, okay, this is really strange. So guys, let's begin. The very first thing I'll talk about, which I know that almost everyone gets to talk about if you go and watch, oh, my culture shock in Canada, my culture shock in Canada videos, it's the weather. Guys, I'm not going to dwell too much on this because you need to go to experience it. Oh no, go, no, it's indescribable. You feel it. You need to feel it, like for your body to, when you say your body could tell you, say something don't happen, something may happen to you. So it's indescribable. I'm not going to dwell so much on the weather, but it's the biggest and the #1 culture shock so far. You never get used to it. Watch out for my video on my very first winter living in Canada. The next thing I'll talk about on my list will be the food. You know, back home we have more of natural foods. Like you could just have like a garden at the back of your house, a little garden where you have vegetable, where you have different kinds of things. I know my mom used to have, or you go to the market, you buy fresh vegetables, fresh foods and all of that. Over here they have more processed foods, and maybe I would say they eat more snacks, because the food they eat here, I don't see it as, you know, those food we eat back home. Some time ago, my flatmate and I, we went to a church around us, and there was a program that was coming up, and they were like, oh, kindly RSVP so that we would know the number of people we're expecting, which will help us prepare some good food for. In fact, both of us just said it at the same time, like, the good food they are talking about is snacks, tea, coffee. Yes guys, I've come to observe, not just on one occasion, about three occasions, that when you go to like a Canadian planned party or occasion, what you expect to see as food will be biscuits, snacks of all sorts, tea, coffee. They love coffee here. You would definitely see coffee. If you're lucky, you get to see hot chocolates. There may be some fruits here and there. Guys, that's the food. However, if you go to a Nigerian organized party here, or an African organized party, let me not use African because I don't know about other African countries. A Nigerian organized party here, hey, you will see food. You know what's now? Jollof rice, fried rice, moi chicken, any kind of soup the person wants to make. Guys, you will see food. According to one of my Sudanese colleagues and also a Nigerian colleague, and they were like, if these people come to our party, the way they enjoy our food. Sorry, you might be a Canadian watching this video one day or anytime. I'm sorry, but yes, back home we eat food. When I mean food, we eat food. If you're going for a party, especially a party you know that is a well organized party, you just sometimes you go without eating, knowing that there would be lots of food to eat. You would enjoy our parties. So that's one shock. like a real big shock for me. Next thing I want to talk about that was like a shock for me would be the cultural view here towards animals. Back home, where I come from, we have people that have cats, dogs as pets, but not it's not as rampant as it is here. And the way they give so much priority to animals here, it's not the same as back home. So when you hear that someone's pet, a dog, has a life insurance, so that in the case of the owner passing on, anybody that gets to adopt the dog can take care of the dog. I was like, what? And the fact that you don't just see people selling animals by the roadside or selling puppies by the roadside for you to buy and take on as pets. There are like processes before you get to register a pet, like get to have a pet in your name. And the fact that animal clothing are a bit expensive here. I don't know about their food. Taking the fact that you will see pets taking buses, you will see pets in a bank. The first day I went to a bank here, guys, to open an account, someone came in with his big dog that looked like a wolf. Yeah, their animals can be so big, or their dogs can be very big. Like I'm like, this looks like a wolf. Big, guys. And the person brought the dog to the bank. The dog queued up like the rest of us, and I was like, what is going on here? There is no security man outside telling him, oh God, you cannot bring your dog inside the bank. Which thing they happen? Or the other day we were coming back from church, and the family that I usually go to church with, their daughter was talking about how one of their teachers brought his dog to the school, and her father said one of his colleagues used to bring his dog to work. I'm like, what is occurring here? What is going on? This is not the kind of life I know. What if another person isn't used to this pets? They're very big on their pets here. They take them very serious. You can see, you would hear someone say that I have two children. One is called this, another one is called this, and when they get to show you the pictures, when they get to show you the pictures of their children, you will see one cat and one dog. Like, guys, it's a shock for me. Sorry if you're a Canadian or maybe from any other Western country that is used to things like this. Back home, we are not used to stuff like that. Like an individual saying that she has two children, or she has a child and the child is a pet, a dog. I'm not used to something like that. Sorry. Of course, guys, I really respect their love and deep affection for their pets. I find it very interesting and fascinating. Yeah, I really do. This takes me to my next culture shock, which would be the total dependence on Google Maps here. Guys, back home, we have human direction. Here we have Google direction. Like if back home, if you're going somewhere new and you can't seem to find your way, you've missed your way, you just see someone on the road and say, hi, I'm going to this also place and I'm finding it difficult to get there. And the person will tell you something like this, or just walk down that road, take the first turning on your right. When you get to just on that road you've just turned to, keep going, you would see a big house where you have like a lion carved on the gate of that house. Walk down, take just two gates after that lion gated house, take the untarred road by your corner, and when you're on that road, there are two green gates. The first one is close to one street. Don't take that gate, take the other one and keep going. Then you will not see a canal there, like a river. This is how human direction would be like back home. But here You see someone on the way, the person does not even know where you're going to, even though the person lives in that environment, because maybe the person uses if the person has a car, you don't bus, and you would still have to go back to consult Google Maps. So the reliance on Google Maps is really big here, it's huge. I found it strange. Everything is just Google Maps. No need asking anyone. Trust me, 99% of the time they don't know. So if you stop anyone, they won't know. And now it takes me again to my next point, my next culture shock, which would be the fact that the very first day I took a bus here, people were getting off their stops and I was hearing thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, wait, what is going on here? But subsequently I got to understand that that was just a way to appreciate the drivers for the good work they do. Again, I thought about it back home few times, on few occasions I would tell the drivers and conductors thank you when I'm getting off the bus. Maybe because we had a good time, we chatted well and all of that. Here, you don't even have to talk to a driver for you to appreciate the driver. It's just a culture, and it's a very interesting culture which I've come to embrace. I really love it because these drivers are doing a good work. It takes me again to my next point regarding busing system here, which is the fact that people don't gist in buses. Back home, you're coming back from work, maybe something might just trigger a conversation in the bus, and you see people just dive in, they're contributing their own points. You have different sects discussing their own, another sect. Maybe if you didn't join the conversation, you find it irritating because of the noise. You'd be like, what kind of noise is in this bus today? But here, people just sit and face front, minding their business. Even if if you are talking to another person, it will feel like you're disturbing the other people in the bus. People just mind their business. I'm like, well, I'm not going to gist for this bus. Because guys, this takes me to my next culture shock, which would be the fact that labor is really appreciated here. Yeah, labor, no matter what you do, is really appreciated here. I remember in my very first job, they were looking for someone to plot a graph as regarding a data that had been collected over a particular period, and they reached out to me to say, oh, Greta, can you do this? We know you've not done it before. I was like, why not? It's something that I can definitely do. I was at home and they said, okay, do it and let us know how long you spend on it. I didn't spend up to an hour doing that thing. But when I was done, I sent it back to my supervisor and I told her, okay, it took me about 48 minutes to do this stuff. And guys, I was paid for that. Back home is totally different. Like, you can go over and beyond, they just see it as sacrifice. But another culture shock that is still shocking me even till today, because I'm still not used to it, is the fact that you don't say sorry. You don't tell people sorry. Saying sorry here means that you did the wrong, or that you inflicted the pain that that person is going through. Like, on about how many occasions, I can't really count. One day, a colleague of mine, we were going out and she was supposed to get some things that we needed for that trip we were going on. We got to the train station and she remembered that she didn't come with the cards. So she was like, oh shoot, I forgot this card. I was there laughing and I said, sorry about that. She said, oh no, it's not your fault, you didn't do it. It's like, Then another day, someone had a slight injury and I was like, oh, sorry about that. He was like, oh no, it's not your fault, you didn't make me get injured. It's not, yeah. Another time I said, oh no, you don't need to be sorry, you don't need to say sorry, it's not your fault. In Nigeria, where I'm coming from, if someone has an injury, say, sorry here, just take care next time, sorry. Or maybe I'm walking and I hit my foot or something against something, and maybe if a friend is laughing, I'll be like, so now the sorry way you go talk be that, because I'm expecting her to tell me sorry for the fact that I injured myself. She didn't cause the injury. But here you hear them say, oh, it's not your fault, you don't have to be sorry. Oh no, don't say sorry. And so now these days, you will see someone will get injured. I would want to say sorry, but something will just hold me back. And you hear me say, oh, be careful next time, okay? But within me, I still cannot fathom the fact that I cannot say sorry to this person. It's a way of showing affection to the person. You've injured yourself. So till today, that's still a shock because I'm still not used to it. Because I still say the sorry, and they still tell me you don't have to be sorry. It can be embarrassing sometimes. So this one is a surprising shock for me. The fact that sorry here means you did wrong. The next point would be that even though I sometimes feel these people can mind their business, but some other times they don't mind their business and they can gist and talk and ask questions that we dare not ask back home. Like you're pregnant and you see someone asking you, when are you due? How far gone are you? And the pregnant person will tell you, oh, I'm due on this so date in this so month. Like, what? I know they fear for this country. When I heard it, I was busy doing something, but my ears too. Like, it's like, what is going on here? I don't understand at all. A total stranger. You're telling me a total stranger when you're having your baby and all of that. They'll ask you, do you have a boyfriend? What's your relationship like? They want to hear the nitty gritty. But me, till today, that's still a shock for me. They brazenly and openly ask you your age. Back home, I don't think anybody dare ask me my age. But in my current place of work, almost all my colleagues know my age because I recently celebrated my birthday and you just kept asking. I find it funny because when they say culture is a thing, culture is really a thing. Another thing that was a shock for me, which I've come to embrace, is the fact that cars wait when pedestrians are crossing. You will see a car that is still afar off because they see someone crossing. You see them slowing down and stop so many distance apart. And like, I don't understand that they fear the fear of hitting. Is it the fear of hitting someone, or maybe just the respect for pedestrians? Sincerely, because it's funny. The culture, the cultural difference is so huge. Like in my country, I don't know about other African countries. You run when you're crossing because you don't want the driver, a crazy driver, to come into you. That's how they'll be doing. Boom, 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 boom. They'll be using their horn like boom, boom, like leave the way, leave the way. But here, it's hard, it's rare for me to hear the horn of a vehicle. It's really rare. I am crossing the road and they are waiting. Like if they just sense that before I even get on the road, if a driver just senses that, oh, it's like this person is coming this way, they will just stop for you and you cry, you walk. I'm like, oh God, this is so funny. Back home, you sorry, you run. Another shock for me would be that you're walking on the road, someone is walking on the other side of the road, and the person just looks at you and smiles. Like they just smile at you, and they expect you to, even if you don't know, you can smile and pass. But many will look at you like, what is one they smile for? You are who they smile. But here it's a thing. So they do, you too do, and you walk past, or you just say hello and you walk past. But Ogbeni, I don't say Ogbeni, you are who, like within you, Ogbeni, you are who they follow smile. Yeah, that's a culture shock then, guys. The second to the last culture shock on my list would be the fact that those things I see in movies, like real public display of affection, people kissing on the road in movies, is really like it's real. Here you see it, even down to young people, like teenagers. They do it here. The other day, I was at a bus stop and you see these two teenagers coming back from school. They were kissing, and people were just walking past. That was my first time seeing that age group. I think I've seen adults do it. I was shocked. I was really shocked because I walked forward, I still stopped and turned back to look again, like I don't understand. It's in the apple for you.
That's what I do for you. Hey!
What is going on here? Well, people were just walking past, like they didn't. It wasn't their business and all of that. I think I'm used to it now. So if I see it another day, I don't think I'll be so surprised. I will just walk past. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching to the end of this video. I hope you got to enjoy me sharing my cultural experience here so far. Thank you, and until my next video, bye bye. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe, guys. Thank you, and hasta la vista, au revoir, salut, bye.